Like, I don't care if I get fired because of this. There's no way I would, but like...
You can now go hang out with your hoe-ass friends in peace! Oh my god!
I am not sharing my 20s with a child.
They found out last night wife's beef eating.
I feel like a lot of women try to rewrite history too.
Why on God's green earth did this woman just text me and say, I fell asleep, can we reschedule?
Because we've already failed. We've already tried marriage and it didn't work.
What's up, party people? If you're here for the first time, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Let's get into it.
Like, I don't care if I get fired because of this. There's no way I would, but like, if any of my managers are watching this, keep scrolling. There's a few things that like different customers have said to me that have made me think like, girl, you're at a Chili's. 1, lemon in your water. This is a Chili's. It's not going to make the water better and it's not going to make the cup clean. 2, you want your steak butterflied? Am I saying that right? I don't know what that is. You're at a Chili's. I'm going to tell them what to do. They're not going to do it. And while we're at it, 3, I'm asking you how you want your steak cooked. It doesn't matter. It's a nicety. This is me being polite. You're going to get what you get. It will either be bleeding or overdone. Like, just, why are you getting a steak here? 3, you're telling me the bathroom's dirty? What isn't? This is a Chili's. So many times a day, I just want to say, hey, you're at Chili's. Hey, guess where you are? You're at Chili's. I got fired for it.
Who didn't see that coming? You sat up there and bashed the whole franchise, not just your location, not just yourself or your manager or your co-workers, the whole franchise. This company that's been around for a long time, they have fed a lot of families and a lot of people. They were just going to sit there and take you bashing them, laying down. That was going to be okay. You really thought that was going to work out well. You thought that was cute. She got those walking papers.
My managers did not keep scrolling.
Girl, why are you tripping? You can now go hang out with your hoe-ass friends in peace! Oh my god! Like, you're single. Remember that outfit that if you put on, you were seeking attention, yada yada yada? You could put it on now because you're single. I'm so proud of you, sis. Congratulations. Oh my god. No more, oh, be home at this time or else. Dun, dun, dun. You don't even gotta come home. You're single. You can stay out. Like, the saying be single, ready, and mingle. No, it should have been single and free. Single and free. I don't even want to mingle. I am traumatized. I just want to be free. Like, it really gives inmate vibes. It gives jail vibes. Like, I am so sorry, inmate number 227. Stand up. You are free to go. You are free to go.
I bet to some ladies it was sounding real good. She was painting a good picture. But I tell you what, your single friends will keep you single. You can try to spin it all you want. Remember when COVID hit and the world shut down and everybody was like, wait, it sucks being lonely? Yeah, you're only young a little bit of time. Find somebody that you want to spend the rest of your life with.
I'm not sharing my 20s with a child. I am not sharing my 20s with a baby. I refuse. Once I become a mom, I'll be a mom for the rest of my life. So why rush it? I am not sharing my 20s with a child. Akibatli, Angizi, Angfuni. I am not sharing my 20s with a child. A child will find me in my 30s. And if you say, oh no, then you'll be too old to give birth, I'll pray the prayer of Hannah and God will grant me a child. But I am not sharing these years of my life with a child. I am not willing to shift and do what and delay because of a child. So I am not sharing my 20s with a child. And these, I had baby fever the whole year. But I just had to hold it in because I am not sharing. Whether I afford it, whether I do not, I am not sharing my 20s with no baby. You
ever see the women that have kids a little too early 20, teen mom, stuff like that? And what do? Now you see them out there in their late 30s, early 40s, out in the club, trying to regain all that time that they lost in their 20s. And they're trying to make up for it. Well, it's a little too late. You don't have as much energy as you did when you were a little youngster. I think the more she said it, she just may have believed it. She was kind of fading at the end. But that's solid advice. Just don't wait too long. Maybe find yourself a companion, get married before you carry. I know it's a crazy concept, right? Spend some time with your husband, you're with your significant other, travel, see the world, build up that income, get that nuclear family and that home together, then have some kids. But don't wait too late.
Well, 3:30, I haven't slept a wink. So, well, at least my bed's made. And all them lot are still sleeping. And this is what happens when you work away and they're working a lot of fucking hours to provide for your family just to find out that they're cheating. Yeah, work myself for my family. They found out last night wife's cheating. Hours now, that's it. You know, the kids have gone absolutely mad, which is understandable. But whether I'm going to carry on doing this job or not, because my laddie wants to call me, I'm not sure what daughter's doing. She's old enough, I think she'll end up moving to boyfriends. But yeah, cheers Angie. You were grafting and shit, and you do this to me. Brilliant.
I feel like a lot of women try to rewrite history too.
Yeah. When you say rewrite history, what do you mean?
They have this thing where they always talk about like black women, like we're so docile and we be pushed over and run over by men and we never had a voice. And I don't know in what history they'd have been with black men, the only group of men that ever gave their women a voice. Y'all have always listened to us. We've always been included. And then it's just also kind of like one of the things where it's so funny to me because they talk about how men are, you know, so emotionally detached and this, that, and the third, or so mean or so ruthless. And when you think about, have you sat down and talked to an older black woman like your grandma?
Yeah.
Do she watch her tongue?
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah, no, my aunties. I'm from the country. I'm from the Delta. They don't give a about what they say. They don't watch their tongue.
When they talk to who?
Anybody. If they feel a certain type of way, they get it off their chest. They don't hold their tongue. Now, they may they're more likely to not say nothing at all than to bite their tongue. And that's a huge difference.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was talking about.
They probably not say nothing at all to avoid what it could be versus bite their tongue.
Well, I know they were ripping her. I know they didn't like that at all. You know, truth is a hard pill to swallow. I mean, could y'all find a lie? I mean, a lot of older people I know, they say what they feel. They say they get it off their chest. Ain't no holding back. It's just like they're in a race. Because they're almost out of here. They're in a race to get everything off their chest and tell you how I feel right now before I clock out.
Why on God's green earth did this woman just text me and say, I fell asleep, can we reschedule? You fell asleep? You fell asleep? You fell asleep and you didn't set an alarm? Guys, let's unbox it because all this is actually going back to the store. Might I add that the reason that I chose to go on a picnic is because I have a leg injury right now. And so I can't really walk that much. So I'm like, picnics don't require a lot of walking. We're gonna go on a picnic. I just left around the fucking store. Oh, I'm trying not to cuss. Oh Jesus. I'm trying not to cuss because my mama followed me on this app. I just left around the store for you to fall asleep. Let me tell you what's in here. Okay, the blanket fell. I bought squashes for us to paint like faces on squash. And I also bought pumpkins for us to paint, okay? Water, because water is essential. Crackers, these are the best crackers in the world. I can't believe this. More water. Prosecco, and then I got this little like glass, whatever, to sit it in because I packed my Stanley with ice so that it wouldn't go warm. I cannot believe this. This is actually insane. Like, why me? Ooh. The flowers fell, but flowers just for cutesies. I bought Uno, No Mercy, mostly because it was like fall color, it fit the fall theme. Pumpkin paint, so I could make sure that like the pumpkins were painted correctly. Water. When I tell you I left no stone unturned, this is water so that like we can dip our paintbrushes in when you need to like rinse your paintbrushes too. God, the more I'm getting madder and madder, you're about to see why. Jenga. God. Paper towels for obvious reasons. I baked cookies. No, I didn't bake them from scratch, but I baked cookies. But you know what I did make from scratch? You know what I did make from scratch? Chocolate covered strawberries. And I cut up some fruit. If you're looking for me for the next 5 days, I will be in my bed melting through my mattress into the floor, into my neighbor's apartment, and then into the ground. Because why did this have to happen to me? Whoever said like, oh my God. And then she just texted me and she's like, I'm so sorry. But it's like, can we reschedule? What do you mean? Can we reschedule? We went to sleep and you didn't set an alarm. My dad, I obviously changed my clothes, but I got fully dressed. I did my makeup. Like, oh, I'm smiling. But like, I'm about to go journal and sob for the rest of the night. I don't know. I might make myself a nice dinner because I obviously won't be going on a picnic.
That scenario is not original. That scenario is not original. Now you see what it's like being a man. She was thoughtful. She planned everything out. She was ready and still got the rug pulled up from under her. Ooh, it cracks me up when women expose what it's like to date other women. I mean, that was a very thoughtful thing. Even though in these times with social media, going on a picnic is some broke behavior, I thought that was very creative, thoughtful. I'm impressed by it. It looked like that box was like heavy. Like, how do you have a foot problem and you're still able to carry that? Even if she didn't, she looked like a smaller frame lady. Like, you can carry all that. A lot went into that date. Only to get the, oh, I'm so sorry message. Like, oh man. I mean, we feel your pain, girl. We feel your pain. We know what it's like. Every man has gone through something very similar.
I think the part that men don't understand when it comes to women with certain standards or women that know exactly what it is that they want, they don't recognize that some of us who have our set list, our set standard, we know exactly what it is that we want because we've already failed. We've already tried marriage and it didn't work. So now I want what I want. I know what I want. And I understand that by me staying within what I want and not willing to waver, that I might be alone. And I'm okay with that because I want what I want more than I want to be in a relationship. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want a relationship above anything. I want to be happy above anything. And I understand that, and I'm willing to accept the fact that my happiness might be me by myself. And I'm okay with that. And I think a lot of men don't recognize that. A lot of women have accepted that idea that, hey, if someone else is not willing to live up to my standards, I'm okay with being alone because most men are not willing to be alone. Most men will settle. That's why you see them hit 40, 50, and then they're like rushing, like trying to get married to any woman that would have them because they spent their years full line, ripping and running the streets, not being kind to the women in their lives, even though they've had women bend over backwards for them. And then because men fare better in marriage than women. It's a fact. No matter how much men say marriage is not a benefit to them, it's literally proven. Like, there's studies on it. Like, I'm not gonna argue with it. Like, the only thing men used to bring to a relationship is finances, and that's no longer the case, and y'all have not evolved yet. So
Could you tell that she was kind of lying to herself? I mean, there was a couple of things that stuck out to me, but could you tell? I mean, men lowering their standards. We barely have any standards. We have like 4 things. And the 4th one is like, kind of like playing spades. It's impossible anyway, right? So what are we actually lowering? We just want somebody that's going to bring us peace and be good to us. Be kind. What else would there be? Yes, when we get older, we stop ripping and running. We slow down a little bit. We want family. Sometimes people get that later on in life. But we find our person. If you choose not to find your person, that's fine. Completely your choice. You want to hold an arbitrary standard high? As long as you're at peace with it. But I don't believe you that you will be at peace with it. When you get older and there's nobody there to take care of you, you're going to be at peace with it when you're lonely and nobody's around. Man, I saw a video of this one lady. She had to get her mama to take her to do major operations. Can you imagine? You don't have a loved one that you can take to these medical appointments, these major things that come up. Things are going to happen. We're not even talking about people kicking in the door and protecting you and stuff like that. Like, things are going to happen. There's going to be some scary times that you really can't avoid. And you're going to tell me that it's not worth taking a man who's average height instead of damn near a basketball player. All right, as long as you're at peace with it. And I'll be at peace with it if you hit that subscribe on the way out.